of Southwest of Yoruba land, in view of the fact that there is hunger in the land. If we are saying hunger in the land, this is a big shame to our governors. It's a huge lacuna if this is not filled urgently by bringing themselves together. Let Lagos, Ogun, Oyo unite resources together to promote agric in Ekiti, to promote agric in Osun State. We have the landmass, untapped landmass, fertile landmass that can feed the whole half of. We believe that today's occasion marks the beginning of a new dawn in Yoruba land, a new dawn of unity, a new dawn of progress, a new dawn of justice. Justice in the sense that those things that we believe we cannot act, those things we believe that are bedeviled us, we've been able to analyze it, and we are most grateful to all our Obas in Yoruba land for giving us the support of today. We thank the Oba of Ife, Timi of Ede, all the Obas of Yoruba land for the unity, for recognizing this day, 7th of November, as a day of all traditional unification in Yoruba land, which is the first edition of Yoruba Oba Summit. And we think one of the cardinal objectives is to create an atmosphere for the promotion of our culture. Our culture is our way of life. If our culture is properly pride in Yoruba land, there will not be what is called corruption in Yoruba land today, because we pride that Omoluabi ethos, which is the veil of honor for Yoruba people. Quite unfortunately, we are losing it, and we believe there is a need for bringing all these Obas together to discuss on the way of life as culture, to equally promote good governance in Yoruba land amongst our governors. We see all our governors as brothers, and they should be able to integrate on the development of Southwest of Yoruba land, in view of the fact that there is hunger in the land. If we are saying hunger in the land, this is a big shame to our governors. It's a huge lacuna if this is not filled urgently by bringing themselves together. Let Lagos, Ogun, Oyo unite resources together to promote agric in Ekiti, to promote agric in Osun State. We have the landmass, untapped landmass, fertile landmass that can feed the whole half of the whole world. I'm not talking about one country now. Meaning, we must have fed ourselves before we start feeding others. We have land that can rear cow. We have land that can breed chickens. We have land that can breed pepper, tomato, and onions. Enough of importation of foods in Yoruba land. For us, we appreciate the governor of Lagos State for saying that they are leading a battle to end hunger in the Southwest, being the chairman of Governor's Forum. But it is not lip service. This is not lip service any longer. It's now a movement that Mr. Governor must awaken, work with all Yoruba Obas together. The Obas have the land. They are the controller of the land. Oba Lori Lalashe, and that is why Lori left. And that's why we have come to letting the governors know that they no longer game as usual. They need to bring everything to breed peace in Yoruba land. We equally know that the president is from Yoruba land. Enough of president pleading with us. We have waited enough after 2 years blocking. No more stories. When the North were there, we know how they were able to feed their people. This is not a sectional government, but we want something to make us know that we have a president in Yoruba land. The president must unite our people, bring about good governance. We know there are a lot of things the presidency is doing, but it's not yet enough. We need to sit with our people, especially the kings in Yoruba land, to know and let them meet with our governors. We want resources that will germinate progress in this country. As far as we are concerned, the issue of fuel, Mr. President must probe NNPC and let them audit NNPC. Let us know who is selling and who is buying our oil. We are the seller, and if you are selling a product, you must make profits. What have we made as profit in our oil sales than subsidy? Why do we have a resources and we'll pay with our nose for the same resources foreigners will buy from us? They bring in money in dollars to buy. We don't even see the money. We probably even have to pay for what they are buying. And somebody is telling us that we should keep quiet. We can no longer bear the brunt of the pain. We know there are a lot of review in the oil and gas sector, but we need Mr. President should create, at least give license for modular refineries. Dangote should not be a monopoly. We don't want anyone to now begin to dictate price. When we have enough modular refineries, if I have one in my backyard, I can go and buy fuel there for 15 naira per liter. So far, it's good for my vehicle. Mr. President cannot force all of us to use CNG. We are not even used to CNG. In as much as CNG is good, there is always a bad motive to it in this part of the country that we don't even have constant power supply. There is heat. We have to look at what works for us. We are not used to new order of this. It is this our oil we are talking about. We are equally agitating that the 3% derivative of PIA, it is not enough for you to enter into a JV, and you that hold the oil, you have given 3% of what God gave you. What kind of inhuman injustice agreement would that be? For the oil producing community to be given 3% of their earnings. Even this 3%, they are not seeing it. But we want to tell the government that 60-40 is what we work. If the oil and oil producing community have 40% of their earnings today, there will not be pipeline vandalism. Nobody will have time for pipeline vandalism because the community would have been better developed with the resources they are gaining. The resources will not just be in the hands of some few oligarchs. We equally want education should be placed on 35%. Asiwaju knows what I'm talking about while he was a governor. This is one of my fundamental demands I made while I was a NASC chairman in Lagos, that Awolowo gave us free and qualitative education without us paying through our nose. Education is beyond the reach of the common man. In as much as there is autonomy, education is not a commercial venture, it's a social value. 35% resources is not enough, but 35% allocation to the education sector is what we demand. We are equally demanding that Federal Ministry of Chieftaincy and Traditional Affairs is created for our traditional institutions. The National Council of Traditional Leaders cannot work. It cannot deliver good governance to our kings. The only thing is to summon them is when there is crisis in nation. They are always used to fight crisis, and that will not bring about development. Once those others are going to Abuja, we want them to bring contracts that will develop their immediate communities.